Welcome to Math and Tech YouTube channel. We discuss boundedness theorem, maximum minimum theorem, location of roots theorem, and Bolzano's intermediate value theorems in the previous classes. Today we discuss preservation of intervals theorem. Let I be an interval and f be a continuous function on I. Then f of I is an interval. Let I be an interval and f be a continuous function on I. Then the range set f of I is an interval. That is the statement of preservation of intervals theorem. So note this theorem. Let I be a closed bounded interval and f be continuous on I. I be a closed bounded interval and f be continuous on I. Then f is bounded. That is a boundedness theorem. And what is a maximum minimum theorem? F has absolute maximum on I and absolute minimum on I. Now we prove that the range set is bounded, f of I. The range set f of I, that is set of all f of x element I. That range set is a closed bounded interval. A continuous function on a closed bounded interval, then the range is a closed bounded interval. So let I be a closed bounded interval and f from I to R be continuous on I, then the range f of I is bounded. That is a boundedness theorem. And maximum minimum theorem, f of I has absolute maximum and absolute minimum on I. So we take absolute minimum value, that is infimum value equal to small m, supremum value, that is absolute maximum value equal to capital M. So f has the least value small m and f has maximum value capital M. Then clearly the range contained in closed interval m. That is the infimum value and the supremum value. Also, maximum minimum theorem implies that f has absolute maximum and absolute minimum. That means small m and capital M belong to the set f of I. The set f of I has absolute maximum, that is small m belongs to f of I. Similarly, capital M belongs to f of I. If k be any number in the interval small m, capital M, then by location of roots theorem, we can find C element I such that k equal to f of C. So any number between small m and capital M can be written in the form f of C, which means k belongs to f of I. So small m belongs to f of I, capital M belongs to f of I, and any number k between small m and capital M also belongs to f of I. That means the whole interval, closed interval small m, capital M contained in f of I. So we proved f of I contained in interval small m, capital M, and interval small m, capital M contained in f of I. Therefore, f of I equal to the closed bounded interval m. Therefore, the set or the range set is the closed bounded interval m. So proof over. So let I be a closed bounded interval. Note the statement I be a closed bounded interval and f from I to R be continuous on I. Then the set f of I equal to all f of x element A, that is the range set, is a closed bounded interval. We already proved I be a closed bounded interval and f from I to R be continuous on I, then the function f is bounded. That is boundedness theorem. The function f is bounded means the range is bounded. So f of I is a bounded set means it has infimum value and supremum value. So we take infimum of f of I equal to small m, supremum of f of I equal to capital M. So least value and maximum value, then clearly f of I contained in m, because small m is the least value, capital M is the greatest value. Again, maximum minimum theorem. Let I be a closed bounded interval and f from I to R be continuous on I, then maximum minimum theorem. This infimum value and supremum value belong to this set f of I. F has absolute maximum and absolute minimum on I, on the interval I. At some point on I, we get infimum value and some other points we get the supremum value. So clearly small m and capital M, maximum, absolute minimum and absolute maximum belong to the set f of I. That is maximum minimum theorem. And if k be any number in the interval, then by location of roots theorem we can find C element I such that k equal to f of C. That is location of roots theorem, not Bolzano's intermediate value theorem. By Bolzano's intermediate value theorem. Bolzano's intermediate value theorem. Bolzano's intermediate value theorem implies that there is a C element I such that k equal to f of C. This is the corollary of Bolzano's intermediate value theorem. So we proved small m, capital M belongs to f of I, and any number between small m, capital M also belong to f of I. That is the interval m contained in f of I. So since f of I contained in the interval m and the interval contained in f of I, we get f of I equal to the interval small m, capital M. Therefore, what? The interval f of I equal to f of x element I is a closed bounded interval. That interval is small m, capital M. Our next theorem is the preservation of intervals theorem. The statement is I be an interval, closed bounded not. I be an interval and f from I to R be continuous on I, then the set f of I is an interval. Let I be an interval, not closed and bounded. Let I be an interval, then the range set is an interval. That means I be a closed bounded interval, then f of I is a closed bounded interval. Suppose I be an open interval, then the range set is an open interval is not necessary. It is an interval. Let I be an interval, f from I to R be continuous on I, then f of I is an interval. We use characterization theorem. Characterization theorem. Alpha element f of I, beta element f of I, and alpha less than beta. We prove that closed interval alpha beta contained in f of I. That is statement characterization theorem. F of I contains at least two elements. Here we take alpha element f of I, beta element of f of I, and alpha less than beta. We prove that closed interval alpha beta contained in f of I. Therefore, f of I is an interval by characterization theorem. So we prove this. Closed interval alpha beta contained in f of I. So if alpha comma beta element f of I and alpha less than beta, so alpha element f of I, we write alpha equal to f of A, and beta element f of I, take beta equal to some f of B for A comma B element I. A element I and f image f of A equal to alpha, B element I and f of B equal to beta. So if k is a number between f of A and f of B, that is k is between alpha and beta, or k between f of A and f of B, by the theorem, Bolzano's intermediate value theorem, this k equal to f of C for some C between A and B. So by intermediate value theorem, we can find C element I between A and B, so that k equal to f of C, but k between alpha and beta. So any number alpha and beta is of the form f of C, that is k element f of I. So alpha element f of I, beta element f of I, and any number k between alpha and beta, again element of f of I, because k equal to f of C belongs to f of I. Thus the closed interval alpha beta contained in f of I. Note, alpha element f of I, beta element f of I, and alpha less than beta, then alpha equal to f of A, beta equal to f of B, where A, B contained in I. Now if k is a number between f of A and f of B, then that k equal to f of C, but f of C element f of I. So any number between alpha and beta contained in f of I, and we take alpha beta contained in f of I, thus we get the closed interval alpha beta contained in f of I. Then by characterization theorem, the interval f of I, the set f of I is an interval. So note the characterization theorem statement: alpha element f of I, beta element f of I, alpha less than beta, then closed interval alpha beta contained in f of I. Then by characterization theorem, f of I is an interval. Okay. If you like, please subscribe.